just, I'm over it. I want to go start a farm.
You got a farm here if you want.
Oh no, I want 100 acres.
What state?
Down the bottom of the Shenandoah Valley.
I'm guessing Georgia?
No, Virginia.
Oh, Virginia, okay. Shenandoah, okay.
Have you ever been down 81?
Yeah, I used to go to Florida a lot with my family. My dad always took the long way for some reason.
You like spending time in the car?
Yeah.
The 81, where 81 and 77 come together,
You already have a
Virginia.
property and all that picked out down there?
Say that again.
You already have a property and all that picked out down there?
There's several down there that I like, but I'm not in a position to walk down there because I got this hanging over my head, da 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 da. That's why I say get rid of some of these things, go down there and pick out the one that floats my boat the most, and give it a go. I mean, it's not what I should be doing at 68 years old,
No.
but I don't give a shit. That's what I'm doing. So.
Your wife going?
I got told this morning she's gonna go, she wants to go off and be on her own.
She don't want to go down there?
Nope. So, it's what it is, I guess.
Yeah. What's your dream isn't necessarily her dream. Just like what's my dream isn't necessarily isn't my wife's dream. My wife thinks I'm nuts. I want to work for nothing and help people. So
Well, but working for a non-profit, you're not working for nothing. You'll get a salary. It just may not be what you would want. And if you're accomplishing something that makes you feel better, go for it.
oh yeah, all for it. I mean, that's how I look at it. It's to make a difference in the world is way more important to me than any dollar. That's my dad. One of the funniest things my dad said to me, and it was like probably like 3 weeks before he died. He said, "You get to a point in your life where you realize that all you are is a hair on an elephant's ass." And I always say, and my first reaction right back to him was, "I want to be the whole ass. I want to help, be a part of all the hairs. I want all the hair, touch all the hairs. I want to be the ass." And it sounds like a dumbass answer, but I want to be able to touch everybody and help somebody. I mean, you watch the Bible on the History Channel, and you watch and you're like, it's a story.
I quit. When I had the fire, I gave up the TV, and I have not missed it.
Oh yeah,
Have not missed it.
I love it. I do. I'm a newsaholic. I mean, at the store, I always have Fox, MSN, or CNN on. I'm always, doing something that, so I'm like, what's next? What's going on? Like this, the idiot North Korea. I mean, Biden's one-day trip to Paris for $500,000.
Can you imagine?
We're in a fucking economic crisis, and these jerk-offs spend money like drunken sailors. They do. They spend money like drunken sailors.
I was a drunken sailor, and they spend a hell of a lot more than I ever have.
But no, it's the truth though.
Oh,
They do. We need to get back to the basics. We need people that are in DC because they care about this country, and it's never going to happen until we get to that point. We're fucked. We're fucked.
Well, that's why I want to go off in a corner and start a little farm. Just
be
so
self-sufficient.
So that if things do go to crap, the boys have all got a place to go to.
Yeah, but are they all going to make it to you?
I don't know.
You know what I mean? That's a scary thought when you think about it.
If you look at what happened to Jersey right after Sandy, it's a mess. So, I mean, within 12 hours, every store was empty and looted.
Dude, I was in Florida during the hurricanes. Gene, Irene went 2 weeks apart.
Right.
They crisscrossed the state. One of the stores I was managing, I had 42 employees and 3 managers. After the storm hit, I was down to 21 employees and 1 manager. And it's because, to me, it was because FEMA came in and was handing out checks like drunken sailors. There was a girl that was arrested. She took her FEMA check to the car dealership, bought a fucking brand new car. Like, really? Come on. And it's government money. There's no,
If you didn't earn it, it has no value.
It has no value, and that's the thing is people today, they don't work for it; they expect it.
Well, that's why we have 11 states that have more people to take it out than putting in.
Yeah. Oh, we're so screwed. We're totally screwed. I don't know. All unless people decide, okay, enough is enough.
And as long as they're getting, they won't decide.
Well,
that.
no. But if there's nothing to get,
Oh well.
if there's a true financial collapse, there's nothing to get.
Well, I mean, you're right about that. But don't do it until after I've done iCroaks so I can get all my Social Security.
But that's how. I mean, every program was great when it was invented, when it was started.
Oh.
When Social Security was started, you had the baby boomers all being born. So.
But it was only a retirement program, not all these wounded things and
Yes. It was a retirement program, but you had these people. It was planned on these people were going to work, pay into it, pay for us, the people who were, then old, adults.
But then they took everything out of it and put it on all other crap.
Now today they're getting ready to retire. There's nothing there because they produce less children. Number one, because back then you had 8 to 10 kids. Good Catholic family, you had 6 to 10 kids. Now today you can't afford 6 kids unless you're the fucking Duggars. I mean,
I don't know how they have.
They're
20.
debt free. Fucking genius. They have faith. That's my only answer. God likes them.
What state are they in?
I think they're in like
Missouri or
Arkansas. Yeah, they're.
But I mean, they have like 20 children.
And they're adopting another one or something that I saw a commercial for the other day.
I don't know how you could afford that. It's all I could do to afford 2.
They have zero debt. Zero debt.
What's he do?
He's an investor, really. I mean, they own a bunch of different rental properties and stuff like that. And I think the son owns a used car lot, and they just make smart choices. They don't buy anything before they have the money for it.
Oh,
like,
wow.
Perfect example, my truck. I've been planning this whole thing for over a year.
Right.
Getting out of the franchise, everything. Little by little, as the money came available, I did it. The remodeling of the store, the truck. Now, now is this. This is the big to do. If I can get this going, I made my dreams come true. I went to Disney World. It's how I look at it. And I'm sure you're ready to get out of here.
He's got the camera running.
No.
Yeah, he does. He's had it running since he turned it back on.
He's sharp. I saw him earlier. Notice.
Well, you didn't close the shutter. I mean, the lens cover.
Yeah.
I didn't say anything so you didn't screw him up. But no, he didn't close the lens cover. He opened it, but he never closed it.
No, but I look at this property. I'm like, you could use this. You could do a big chicken coop, which could provide eggs for the food bank. You can do all that fresh vegetables. You can donate to the food bank. No man, like you said, I could use all those vegetables and not have to buy a tomato all summer at the store. That's what you said to me. I was like, I wouldn't do that. I would still buy it for the store because of
The overhead. I got a grip. So
but I would utilize that to help people. Why not?
I mean, we took about 60 bushels of tomatoes out of there last year. And I mean, that's just what I gave away.
Yeah.
I mean, when I was going to Doylestown,
I didn't get any though.
No, I'd take bag upon bag every day in Doylestown to people who I've been giving them to some people at Chem Clean for 15 years. Just put them on a counter. Here's what we got today. The first person in who wants them gets them. I only want one. All right, we'll take one.
I mean, people don't do that anymore though. People don't care about their neighbors. Every man for himself.
Oh, Glenn and I mean, we do a lot for back and forth.
Oh, I mean, but I'm saying in
Yeah,
today's
I know,
day
I
and
understand.
age, today's day and age, back in the
Every
day,
man for himself.
Think about, they said that this. I was watching Hannity. You don't even watch the news.
No, I don't like. I don't.
But I was watching Hannity, and they're doing this special on like, the welfare state. Basically, is the best way to put it. It was the second part of the series, whatever, and people that are in the system, they either utilize the system to get ahead, or they take advantage of the system.
Yeah. Too many take advantage.
The Obama phones, great example. Kid that worked for me.
Well, what's even funnier is the Obama phone did not start under Obama. It started under Bush.
I know. Well, they call it the Obama phone because the
He's
YouTube
black.
video of the chick
Yeah.
dancing around, screaming it. That's what made me call it. You know, it's hysterical watching her. You know, but you know, the Obama phone, great example. I don't want to call it that. The free phone. I have a kid that worked for me. Hired him in October. Hired him in October. Called him on his Obama phone. Positive. 8 months later, he still has the phone. But he can't utilize that phone to call out from work. He'd rather just no call, no show and lose his job. Makes sense, right? Because it's easier to go down the city, move back down the city, and hustle on the street corners selling dope than to work for a living, is what he, you know, working 2 jobs to survive in today's economy. You know, it's easier to hustle on the street corner selling dope.
Yeah.
And he'll have his phone and he'll be fine.
Yeah.
You know, it's a shame. We gotta fix it, or else we're fucked.
Well, but how do you fix it?
Where do you want me to start?
Oh, yeah, but nobody'll take it because it cuts into their same as I don't want them to cut Social Security till I croak. I paid into it for.
You readjust the tax brackets, tax system.
Well, we shouldn't be paying taxes for school. If you don't have somebody in school, you shouldn't be paying school
Legalizing marijuana, the tax revenue that could create. It'll pay for all the fucking rehabs you want.
I have no idea why.
$40 billion was spent in the last. $40 billion a year is spent on the war on drugs.
You want to know?
You have less people in prison. You have.
You want a research project?
Free rehab.
Why did they make marijuana illegal?
Why?
You know? Yeah.
William Hearst.
Yep. Absolutely. William Hearst bought hundreds of thousands of acres out west for trees to make paper because he was the.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And hemp makes a better paper.
Hemp makes a better paper. Yeah. I don't know. The war on drugs is what makes me. That makes me nauseous.
It's insane.
But yeah, I'm taking my philosophy is, because fuck North Korea, fuck all these. I'm taking my toys. I'm going home, packing up my troops, taking them home with me. And you build bases along the borders. Then you have your border control better. And then, okay, we got these illegals in here right now because our borders are controlled. Then we work on getting them legal. And the only way to get legal is through sponsorship from a business in which you are employed. And the employer could actually work. You know, like it's like they can utilize that as like, okay, well, you come work for me, I'll sponsor you, but you're not going to make $27 an hour. You're going to make $19 an hour until your debt is paid for me for the sponsorship, and then it's like a win-win. And
but that'll never fly because they'll call that indentured servitude.
Yeah, it's true. Like I said, I make cheesesteaks. I just have ideas. Not everything works.
Well, I mean, illegal immigration was an issue during even as far back as the Eisenhower administration. And you know what Eisenhower did about it? He put a World War II Liberty ship at Corpus Christi. And when they would catch somebody who was an illegal alien, they'd put them on the ship. When the ship was full, they took them to the bottom of Mexico and threw them out. And then they brought the ship back and they did it all over again. You know what they called it?
Not a clue.
Operation Wetback. Wow. Try that today. There's no way in God's green earth.
It's a different world today. And I would debate that all the time with my dad. It's a different world today when you guys grew up.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, you grew up, I don't know where you grew up, but
I grew up in Italy.
My dad grew up in Philly, and you had the Irish Catholic section, you had the Jewish section, you had the Italian section, and everybody kept to themselves. Yep. But within themselves, they were still a community.
Yep.
And today, your next door neighbor is black on one side, on the other side you have an Irishman. But you don't know their names. You don't care to know their names. My neighbors see me walk out of my house, they look the other way. My neighbors across the street who are in their 80s, hi Jason. It's a whole different world today.
Whole other culture.
It's a whole different world today. It's so sad.
We used to go down to the dump in Tellytown and shoot 22s when I was 11. Well, they'd have a cow today.
Oh,
they just busted that kid. Busted the kid's father for giving him a gun at 11 years old. We had it long before 11.
It's a different world.
Everything
though.
about it's totally
It's
different.
a different world. And I'm not saying like no guns. I'm saying is that if you're put on antidepressants, or doctor should report it. There should be like a mandatory through the doctor. But then they're going to say, well, most people won't go to their doctors then. So it's like there's got to be something there. Or you have a psych eval every couple of years while you're a gun owner.
Well, that's not going to
But
do
the
anything.
regular gun owners aren't the ones out there shooting up the fucking place.
Well, that's not going to do any good anyway, because everybody's a little bit goofy.
Or a lot.
Well, take your pick.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Oh yeah. Nobody's playing with a full deck.
if they do, it's
You're
they're
just
all-
playing the
they're missing
cards
a
that
card or
you're
two.
just playing the cards you're dealt.
Well, I mean, currently we're being sprayed right now by chemtrails. We don't even know it. There's aluminum in it. There's
Do you really believe in that stuff?
why wouldn't you? I mean, you have to research. You gotta keep an open mind.
See, like I look at I see it all the time. There's one right
Yeah,
there. Yeah, and you see them all the time.
But
And
why
it's
is that not
Steve's-
just a regular contrail?
That's you gotta keep an open mind with
They
things.
say there's all different crazy conspiracy theories out there, like that. They're saying that, they can control weather patterns with, or they might be able to There's all different. You need to reinvent the TV. And there's so much shit on there that it mind boggles you. I mean, ancient aliens.
I think the internet though really is just driving people nuts.
Oh, yeah. Ancient Aliens is the best show on TV. Did you ever see that on History Channel?
I think so.
Or H2, I think it
But
is.
it was that's just picking up and putting on television where Von Daniken was 30 years ago or 40 years
It's
ago.
making the masses more aware.
I mean, I was reading that kind of stuff with Von Daniken and
But the thing, this is as good as it gets. We're nuts.
Oh well, no. See, the problem is, I think maybe Sinatra had it right. It's all there is.
I beg to differ, because if this is as good as it gets, then why live? Why? If this is as good, why even bother?
Well, I think we're all sucked into the thing, which is why I'm trying to get off and go in a corner and do my own little thing.
Oh, what? Keeping up with the Joneses and
Yeah, screw the Joneses.
Keep
Drive
up,
over
yeah.
them with my truck.
oh yeah, I could care less about that. You know what I
do
drive?
look like the Joneses.
I have I have a 2011 Hyundai, which I got because my Corolla caught on fire. I don't think I even knew you back then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had a Corolla and it caught on fire, parked in the parking lot outside
Yeah, I
the
didn't
store.
start coming in strong for about a year ago when my back started so bad.
Yeah, and then I had, I had that, and then I needed a new car, so I got the Hyundai. Since my dad passed away, I drive his '99 Chevy with 140,000 miles on it, or this thing. Why? If I can prolong the life of that, by the time I have it paid off, it'll have minimal miles on it. That's how I look at it, and it'll prolong the life of that. But I'm using my dad's car to help somebody. That's the thing is paying it forward, helping people. I have a guy who was trying to get his life back together. He several DUIs, house arrest, you name it. But now he's trying to get his shit together, and he needs a car, and he needs the breathalyzer. I was like, look, I said, you get the money together for the breathalyzer and stuff. My dad's car is yours. I mean, my dad, yeah. I was like, my dad's car's yours. You can have it. I don't need it. I just have it because I've been trying to utilize it to help somebody with. If I can utilize it to help somebody, sure, it's a bonus. I don't need it.
Right.
And it'll help him. It'll help him get his shit together faster, and then he can be a better contributor to the world that we live in.
Those guys who get stuck in a system like that, I used to get them out of rehab to work in Doylestown, and the stories you hear about how guys got
these
into the
recovery
system.
houses are cesspools, man. They suck the life out of these people. They pay $150 a week, and then they're sharing like 3 guys to a room, and the owners of the recovery houses are making tons of money. A guy I admire. He was a Trenton State prison guard. He just retired, and he's opening up a recovery house right now. And he told me, he's like, oh yeah. I told him, I was like, oh, you're gonna do it my way? Because I've been telling him about my way. I'm like, you charge the guys the $150 a week in the recovery house. That's all the recovery houses around here do. I said, and then after they stay clean for 6 months to a year, when they go to leave, you give them a percentage of that back to help them. So they have a nest egg there. Because nobody is setting anybody up for success. We're only setting people up for failure. Until we start setting people up for success, we're doomed.
You said earlier, indentured servant. There's a car dealership near my parents' house. where they bring people from halfway houses in, and they don't really even pay them anything. So it is kind of like once you're in that system, you have a big record and everything.
You're up a
They're
creek.
just-
There was I had a black guy work for me over the 25 years I was there. I bet he worked for me 6 or 8 or 10 times. No sweat, Nick. He got into the system because he had like 9 children through like 5 or 6 different women, and there's no way
No way
you
he
can
can
pay
afford it.
courts. I mean, the court-ordered support.
But that's where my views go crazy. Like, I'm like, you know what? Vaccinate everybody so they can't reproduce. Well, the other thing is, we make Teen Mom, the show Teen Mom.
I've never seen that.
It's a show on MTV called Teen Mom. These girls, after a year of filming, are driving around in new cars and fancy houses. We're making it's not the real deal. I mean, I don't know if it was up there or here. I was talking about my friend who struggles every day to provide for her son because she has no support other than her family, and she doesn't want to have to rely on her family, so she works her ass off to provide.
Well, and-
You know, and that's where we went wrong. It's easier just to go get the government assistance. It's easier just to, you know,
Well, they
you know,
they'd probably like be like some of the at least the people in that show, be like some of the lottery winning people. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
within 2 years they're
they're
back.
broke. Well, that's
that-
this guy.